Lombo Rapida continued her rapid rise through the grades when she turned in a sensational performance to win the $200,000 Chariots of Fire for 4-year-olds at Harold Park on May the 5th. Racing 3 wide for most of the 2,160-metre trip and 4 wide at one stage, the mare proved too good for Inter-Dominion champion Shakamaker and Stony Lad, making it a Victorian trifecta. Driven by Karen Gath for her father Peter Manning, Lombo Rapida rated 158 on the rain-affected track, only 1/10 of a second outside Kentuckiana's 1997 race record.
That quarter incorrect at 34.6. The last half might be all right. It's Pazam and the Nissan Chariots of Fire, 3 metres to Shakamaker. 3 wide as Lombo Rapida on the leader's back. Classic Turbo. They've just run flat out from the start. Stony Lad in the centre, followed by Drop Dead Gorgeous, and then Pick Me Pockets at the 500. Pazam, I think he might have had enough. Shakamaker and Lombo Rapida race to him. The Victorians coming at this WA leader, who's quickly a beaten horse, Pazam. Shakamaker went to the lead. 3 wide Lombo Rapida. Classic Turbo off the pegs. 3 wide Lombo Rapida. Hasn't been any closer than that. The Journey went to the lead in the Chariots of Fire from Shakamaker, who's got to dig deeply into Dominion champion. Then came Stony Lad. Classic Turbo couldn't go. On the turn, Lombo Rapida a metre. Shakamaker's trying to come back. Lombo Rapida still in front. Shakamaker can't find any more, but his big heart is trying to get his legs to move, but he won't beat Lombo Rapida. Lombo Rapida, an unbelievable win in the Chariots of Fire. Sits 3 wide, a minimum the Journey, and won by 4 metres from the Inter-Dominion champion Shakamaker. Third's close. Drop Dead Gorgeous at cricket score odds may have grabbed Stony Lad for third.
Popular New Zealand trainer Bruce Negus needed a period of rebuilding after Courage Under Fire left his stable, but it did not take him long to land another Group 1 winner, this time with caps off in the $75,000 New Zealand Oaks at Addington on May the 5th. One of the outsiders of the field at 36-1 and driven a brilliantly judged race by Colin DeFilippi, the daughter of Caprock tipped out the hot favourite Tupelo Rose, which had the race won everywhere but the last few strides. New South Wales Oaks winner Dancing on Moonlight was third with a winner rating 22.1 for the mobile 2,600 metres.
Back 1,000 to run where Tupelo Rose the leader. About a length clear. Ambitious landed up outside it. Capsoff's had a nice enough run. Light Phantom now gets the 1-1 set, pulling hard on the inside as Pocket Queen, and joining it No Time Franco. Dancing on Moonlight is buried 4 back. It's joined on the outside of those Nemesis choices. Let loose now. In behind horses, then we've got Dunleer in the centre. Chichio Star getting shuffled back in the middle of the pack, flipping fast around them and trying to improve as well as Mirity. Bay Rosa is next and Shivner's at the tail end out of the back. Half was 61.7 and with 550 metres to go, Tupelo Rose ups the tempo. Nemesis Choice got it in its sight and they were followed in behind them now by Capsoff's had a nice run. No Time Franco was next, then flipping fast and Pocket Queen and Impish under a bit of pressure. Chichio Star is wider and Dancing on Moonlight in a traffic jam. Into the straight, 200 to go. Tupelo Rose rather, and the brakes come off. Caps off, Nemesis Choice can't do it. Neither can Franco, no Time Franco. And further out to Chichio Star. Tupelo Rose running out a bit. Caps off, getting through on the inside. Caps off getting through and takes the win in the New Zealand Oaks. Caps off wins it for Colin DeFilippi over Tupelo Rose. Dancing on Moonlight pushed through to take third, I think, of Pocket Queen.
Shakamaker, beaten narrowly by Lombo Rapida in the Chariots of Fire, closed out the season on a high when he claimed the $150,000 Ben Hur, the last Grand Circuit race of the season at Harold Park a week later. Shrugging off a 15-metre handicap, Shakamaker came from 8th at the bell with a storming finish to beat gallant mare Lombo Rapida and at it again, rating 2-4 for the 2,965-metre standing start event. Shakamaker added $90,000 to his bankroll, taking his total earnings to $1.2 million, the result of 26 wins and 8 placings from 34 starts.
Spot as they come onto the top turn in the Ben Hur for 2,000, and the leader John L. Sun by a metre. Second is Cole Bruce. Third on the inside is added again. The bell sounds. Karen Gath is getting a sore neck, looking around, wondering where they are on Lombo Rapida. She hasn't had to come out yet, and they've only got a lap to go. On the inside, Zaganov, Lee race reined along. Happy Asset tailing Lombo Rapida. Shakamaker's got his back. Then Late Bid, they're going now. Followed by Pazam on the inside of Crossroad. Followed by Deek Sky, Franco lots more. That quarter was in 30 seconds, 62 the first half. It's John L. Sun by 2 metres. Cole Bruce at it again. Then Lombo Rapida still one out, one back, yet to take off. Followed by Zuganov, Lease Happy Asset. This Victorian in front. John L. Sun's got them running, but Lombo Rapida's off 3 wide. Happy Asset kept his back, and Shakamaker 3 wide, 2 back, and that line, that quarter, 28-1. That's why they couldn't make ground at that stage. John L. Sun in front. Here's Lombo Rapida on the outside of Cole Bruce. Then came Happy Asset. Shakamaker's going to come right to the outside. On the turn in the Ben Hur for 2000. John L. Sun still in front. Lombo Rapida and Happy Asset on the outside. And here's Shakamaker down the outside with an explosive burst of speed. John L. Sun grabbed by Shakamaker. He's avenged the defeat of last week. It's Shakamaker with a brilliant sprint in the final 500 to win the Ben Hur from Lombo Rapida. Third is anyone's guess. Happy Asset at it again. John L. Sun ran a terrific race.
Matai Mackenzie virtually wrapped up the title of New Zealand 2-year-old of the year after Tony Hurley was seen at his brilliant best to guide him to a half-length win in the $160,000 Sire Stake final at Addington on May the 12th. Hurley hunted the son of Jaguar Spur to the early lead in the 1950-metre mobile feature, but was happy to take the trail behind his best-back rival, Hero, from the 1400 metres. The victory took his stake earnings to just over $213,000, the result of 5 wins from 8 starts. His other major wins in the season under review were the New Zealand 2-year-old Championship and the Welcome Stakes.
On past the 900 goes Hero, the leader. Is he going to get any peace? Outside him now is Sharp Response and Miami Beach. This is the sort of tough grind he likes. Back and behind them, Matai Mackenzie now getting a beautiful drift along on the trail. Then came Avarice Hawk inside the 863.5. They were followed out wider on the track now by Falcon Strike, but it's 4 wide around Highfields Boy. Up on the inside of all of those then with No Rumours, London News, followed by the Assassin, and then City Road trying to go forward. Niobium and Tiger Turner. They race their way past the 500. Hero in front by a length and a quarter. Miami Beach. Matai Mackenzie's only 2 lengths away behind Hero, the favourite, and they were followed after those runners. Then on the inside, Parisian Falcon. City Road hard pressed to go forward, still 4 lengths from the leader. Round the corner they come, and Hero. Matai Mackenzie's going to elect to come out, and it's Hero. Here comes Matai Mackenzie now, and wider out City Road down the outer. Matai Mackenzie gets to Hero, and it's Matai Mackenzie's race, this one, down towards the finish of the Sire Stakes final. Matai Mackenzie, Hero and City Road. They're 4 lengths in front of Miami Beach.
A beaten favourite in the New Zealand Oaks, Tupelo Rose bounced back to top form a week later in the $100,000 Hydroflow 3-year-old fillies final at Addington. Once again, she had a tendency to run out in the straight, but she fought on gamely to beat New South Wales Oaks winner Dancing on Moonlight, with New Zealand Oaks winner Caps Off a close third. Her 10th win for the season, that victory advanced her stake earnings to $453,000, but there was still more to come.
1,000 metres into the back goes Tupelo Rose. Right beside it, Pocket Queen, the outside. Capsule's getting a nice run again. Impish now with the trail. Lazy Dollar was next, Dancing on Moonlight. No Time Franco, followed by Chichio Star, Nemesis Choice. Back behind them, Cam's Guest, then Flash Tactics, Flippin' Fast and Shivner. Past the 800 they go, 61.6. So a good time being set down the back straight. Tupelo Rose and Teddy Demler has a pretty nice grip of the favourite. Looks as though he's pretty confident. Right beside it, Pocket Queen, Impish in the trail. Caps Off, the Oaks winner was next. Lazy Dollar pulling as she usually does. Then on the outside, Dancing on Moonlight. No Time Franco was followed by Chichio Star. First a burn around is Shivner from the back. Nemesis Choice, Flash Tactics, and Cam's Guest and Flippin' Fast. Round the corner they come, 300 out. Tupelo Rose, Pocket Queen, Impish sweating on a run. Caps Off angling up 3 wide, followed by Dancing on Moonlight, Lazy Dollar, Chichio Star. Tupelo Rose, Ted Demler releases the brakes. Caps Off trying to get to her again. Here's Dancing on Moonlight arriving down the outside with a swift run. Tupelo Rose, the post coming up. Tupelo Rose getting there. Tupelo Rose made it. Tupelo Rose tight second and third. Caps Off and Dancing on Moonlight.
Mike Reid, disappointed at losing the West Australian Derby on protest with Rich and Spoilt in April, received some compensation when he took out the $75,000 West Australian Oaks behind San at Gloucester Park on May 19. Enjoying a nice trail on the back of the odds-on favourite Corn Silk, Reid secured an inside run with San in the straight, and the daughter of Mackenzie Elmerhurst sprinted through for a convincing victory, her 7th from 19 starts, stretching her stake earnings to over $93,000.
First quarter in 31, and Stewart is swinging to Corn Silk. She leads a length on the outside, Black and Blue. San third. Watch My Line galloped. It's out of it. Obvious Choice goes up in the middle. 3 wide is Long Affair, then Dream Dancing. High Devotion taken to the outside, has got traffic problems. Miss Ingersoll 4 deep around her. Then Flamebird, Typhoon, Whitby, Express Fire looking for shortcuts. That quarter in 30.9, half in 61.9. At the 600, and Stewart still holds. Corn Silk back to the field. Leads about a neck on Black and Blue, trying to soften her up. 3 wide, a length away, Long Affair. San, no run. Obvious Choice goes up in the middle. Out 4 wide is Miss Ingersoll. Then Dream Dancing. High Devotion trying to thread its way through the field. That quarter in 29.6 at the 200. Corn Silk the leader. He popped the question to her now. She drew a length on Black and Blue. 3 wide, Long Affair. San still can't find a run. And then Dream Dancing. Corn Silk under the whip in front. San getting up on the inside. Dream Dancing flooding home, but ran off the track. San grabbed the lead. San got the rails run and won the Oaks. Beat Corn Silk. Dream Dancing threw it away by crabbing sideways in the straight. She might have run third. Express Fire flew.
Shepparton trainer Philip Aylett and driver Stephen Duffy combined for the biggest wins of their career when the quaintly named Twebby Trotter won the $30,000 Victoria Trotters Oaks at Moonee Valley on May the 20th. Duffy sat well back in the field while the leaders set a frantic pace before bringing Twebby Trotter a $4,000 yearling purchase with a powerful finish for an impressive victory, rating 2.4.7, the third fastest Victoria Trotters Oaks in history.
Time of 1:11.7, so it's a very good clip. And the leader with a bit over a round to go is Sun Jewel. Leads 4 metres to Tin Turn Whiz. Without cover, Nix Whiz. Then in 4th position, Tanglin Jack and the 1-1. Miss Q saved every inch of ground. 3 back the inside. Then Huey's Girl. 4 back the inside. Twebby Trotter switch back to the inside, running as they turn out of the straight. Paula Swifty coming out 3 deep, and then Padre's Pride, La Cucaracha got into some bother there, hit a wheel and broke up, but it's had no luck and it's out of it now. And Troublesome Miss is second last. Second quarter 31.6. Into the back straight. Sun Jewel, can it keep going? It's run a mighty race. Leads 3 metres to Nix Whiz. Tin Turn Whiz on the inside behind the leader. 3 wide, Paula Swifty. Then Tanglin Jack, Padre's Pride 3 deep with cover. Miss Q 3 back the inside. Then Huey's Girl. Troublesome Miss 20 metres off the lead, winding up. And then Twebby Trotter, but they're well bunched off the back. 400 to go. Third quarter 31.7. Sun Jewel's worked hard and feels the pinch. And sweeping by it, Paula Swifty. Here's Troublesome Miss. Padre's Pride and Twebby Trotter all from the back. Round the turn. Paula Swifty grabbed by Troublesome Miss. Twebby Trotter runs on. Then came Padre's Pride. Troublesome Miss in front. Twebby Trotter the outside's coming now. Twebby Trotter goes to Troublesome Miss. 100 metres to go. Twebby Trotter, away it goes. Twebby Trotter opening up from Troublesome Miss. And Twebby Trotter wins it by 6 to Troublesome Miss.
10.9.
Stars and Stripes highlighted his ranking as the best 3-year-old in Australia and New Zealand when he won the $100,000 New South Wales Derby at Harold Park on May 26th. In an all-New Zealand finish, Stars and Stripes, a surprise betting ring drifter from 3-1 to 9-2, came from 9th and deep on the home turn to prove too strong for Hunker Hickling and Mike's Pell, winning by almost 4 metres to post his 4th Derby win for the season. A $10,000 yearling sales purchase for Christchurch owners Neil and June Radford, Stars and Stripes was trained by John Lishner and driven by Ken Barron.
The first quarter was 30.9. Second quarter went through in 29.2. 60.1 the first half. Talladega leads the way from Seals to Sam. It's a return bout from the West Australian and Australian derbies. On the inside, Bar On Boy, but the Kiwis are making ground. Here's Hunker Hickling first to go after the leaders. 3 wide, Joe Fest, the centre, Ocean Spirit on the markers. Mike's Pell 3 wide with a trail. Stars and Stripes following the pair. Jackatoris has had enough on the inside. Galactic Council. Smooth Saturn's been shuffled back. Barrier 1 no good to him. There goes the Queenslander left and the red out with the advertising boards. Third quarter was covered in 29.9. A fast run derby. The leader Talladega a metre in front. On the outside, trying hard, Seals to Sam. 3 wide, Hunker Hickling. Then came Mike's Pell about to peel. 4 wide. Stars and Stripes will be 5 wide for home. On the turn, the leader is still Talladega. On the outside, Hunker Hickling. Here's Mike's Pell, and Stars and Stripes is starting to open up. Oh, he's got them in the twinkling of an eye, Stars and Stripes. Australasia's best 3-year-old, no doubt about that. He won easily, Stars and Stripes. Second, Hunker Hickling. Smooth Satins charged home and might have grabbed Mike's Pell for third, and Ocean Spirit charging as well.
The following night, the juveniles took centre stage with the second running of the Breeders' Crown Series at Bendigo. Manifold Bay, owned by former Carlton VFL star Gary Crane and trained by his 29-year-old son Grant, had to overcome some difficulties before maintaining his unbeaten streak in the $100,000 final for Colts and Geldings with David Miles in the sulky. Impressive winning his 2 previous starts, Manifold Bay was posted 3 wide for the first 500 metres and then had a further problem when one of his hopple shortener pins was stuck and would not release, severely restricting his stride.
As they wheel into the straight, coming down to get the bell lap, and the leader is Christopher Paul, is out by a sulky's length. 2 on the inside, Miles Malone of Manifold Bay, Duomo around Galleon, 3 wide, Sports Centre sprinting up, and Harry Moreau's been forced 4 wide by Bush Orchid. Over on the inside, Galleon's 3 back the inside as they turned out of the straight, and then came the Millennium Kid, now back to second last, and over on the inside was Aromatics as they bunch up out of the straight. The second quarter of the last mile, 32.7, and the leader is Christopher Paul with Neil McCallum, leads 3 metres to the favourite Manifold Bay. Out 3 wide was the unbeaten Sports Centre. Leaders back is Miles Malone, then Duomo in the centre. Over on the inside was Galeno, 3 deep with cover Bush Orchid, and then came the Millennium Kid, Harry Moreau, and last on the inside is Aromatics, heading towards the 400 metres, and Christopher Paul is the leader. He's a metre in front. Manifold Bay gets a bit closer now, however. Leader under some pressure. 3 wide is Sports Centre. Leaders back Miles Malone, then Duomo, and the Millennium Kid from Harry Moreau as they work off the back in 29.7. It's Christopher Paul narrowly in front of Manifold Bay. Christopher Paul under the whip. Sports Centre 3 deep, then Duomo. Miles over on the inside. Miles Malone into the straight end. Manifold Bay went to the lead. Duomo's getting out. Manifold Bay in front. Duomo cutting it down. Manifold Bay about a metre in front. Duomo coming at it. Duomo, Manifold Bay. They hit it or it's close. Manifold Bay and Duomo. There's very little in this. Third's a photo as well. Sports Centre and Aromatics made up good ground.
Riverina trainer Bernie Kelly added to his reputation as a top trainer of fillies when Scooting Along stormed home to win the $100,000 Breeders' Crown Fillies final. Top Victorian freelance reinsman John Caldo produced a gem of a drive to weave the filly through inside runs to win. Scooting Along's barnstorming finish relegated talented filly Knight and Georgia to second place for the second time in as many feature race attempts for the season.
First quarter 32.3. They've got a circuit to travel, and Knight and Georgia's in front. Leads by 1.5 metres to Escapades. Exotic Strike running third. Millennium Lady was fourth, and Scooting Along 3 back. The inside is in 5th position. On its outside was Shanice. Tandia's Courage peeling out 3 wide now and quickly moves around. Yeah, baby, and Don't Tell Libin last is Curtain Call. The second quarter in 32 seconds, and the leader Knight and Georgia 2.5 metres to Escapades. Tandia's Courage in one move went from last. 3 wide up in the third spot and challenging. Leaders back was Exotic Strike, and then came Millennium Lady. Off the track as they go down the back was Yeah Baby, and down on the inside was Scooting Along. 3 back the pegs as they head off the back straight. The favourite Knight and Georgia the leader inside the 400. Third quarter 29.1. Knight and Georgia a metre Escapades. Tandia's Courage 3 out. Exotic Strike is sweating on the sprint lane, and then came Scooting Along Millennium Lady. Turning for home, Knight and Georgia the leader from Escapades. Exotic Strike gets the run, then Scooting Along, Knight and Georgia tackled by Exotic Strike, then Escapade. Scooting Along getting through. Knight and Georgia in front. Scooting Along bursting through. Scooting Along's got the run from Knight and Georgia, and Scooting Along has got up to win it with John Caldo and defeat Knight and Georgia and Exotic Strike.
Exciting juvenile Our First Jewel earned a short break after winning the $40,000 Breeders' Crown Trotters final. Well handled by trainer-driver Paul Ashwood, Our First Jewel extended his unbeaten streak to 6 when he led throughout to score by 10 metres from Happy Interest and Miss Pereel. A native of Tasmania, Ashwood learned the ropes from top Tasmanian horseman Neville Rebelly, but Our First Jewel was the first trotter he had prepared. With 6 straight wins, he had emerged as the horse to beat in the Redwood at Maryborough in July.
Heading down the straight with a bit over a circuit left to travel. And it's the son of Safely Kept in front. That's Our First Jewel out of Our Ruby Bell and leads 5 metres with a lap to go. Happy Interest is second. Third, the outside, Miss Pereel. The orders change little. Fourth is Melancholy Star. And around it, Rainbow's Glory. Second last is Keola Dayon. And Partners in Glory is last as they go past the 800. Second quarter in 33.2. And Our First Jewel turns into the back. Leading in the Breeders' Crown 2-year-old Trotters final. Trying to take off the first prize money of $24,000. And it's the unbeaten Our First Jewel. 6 metres to Happy Interest. 5 metres to Miss Pereel. Fourth on the inside was Melancholy Star. Then Rainbow's Glory. Hooking 3 wide was Partners in Glory. And last of the 7 is Keola Dayon as they head to the 400 metres. And Our First Jewel leads Happy Interest by 5 metres. Miss Pereel 4 metres away running third. Giving ground was Melancholy Star. Getting past it Rainbow's Glory and Partners in Glory. And last the outside Keola Dayon. Third quarter in 30.8. And Our First Jewel is about to round the turn. 5 metres to Happy Interest, Miss Pereel and then Rainbow's Glory. They're into the straight. Our First Jewel holding Happy Interest to a 5 metre lead. And then came Miss Pereel, but it's Our First Jewel, a very exciting young trotter. And he's going to win the race he's been set for the season and make it 6 out of 6. Breeders' Crown final for 2-year-old Trotters goes to Our First Jewel easily. Wins at 8 metres, Happy Interest and Miss Pereel third. Then Partners.
Tiger Galleon provided veteran trainer-driver Clary Sweeney with one of his greatest moments in the sport when he won the $20,000 New South Wales Trotters Derby at Fairfield on June 5. It was the 56-year-old's first win behind a trotter for more than 20 years. But more amazingly, Tiger Galleon is the first trotter trained by Sweeney in his long and distinguished career.
Next Wes, they run down with a lap to go, and it's Storm Blazer the leader, as they, Truscott Steel the leader from Storm Blazer and Classic Wizard D, and the 3 favourites are now running first, second and third out of the straight after the bell, and it's Truscott Steel trotting along well in the lead. Classic Wizard D has gone up to second around Storm Blazer. A length the Tiger Galleon has worked into the race well. Sun Jill struck trouble there. Sun Jill found trouble and broke and lost a lot of ground. Down the back and Truscott Steel. Still 3/4 Classic Wizard D. Storm Blazer now in a pocket third. Close up for Tiger Galleon. In behind them fifth is Forgotten Hero and then Troublesome Miss and a length away to go forward. 400 metres out in the Trotters Derby and it's Teddy Demler and Truscott Steel calling the tune. Classic Wizard D, the New Zealander, 3/4 of a length away. Storm Blazers in a pocket. Tiger Galleon 3 wide and now Troublesome Miss is peeling out 4 wide and then Forgotten Hero on the turn. Truscott Steel headed up in front from Classic Wizard D is under some pressure. Here's Troublesome Miss down the outside with Tiger Galleon. Troublesome Miss and Tiger Galleon go to the lead together. Tiger Galleon and Troublesome Miss. Tiger Gallion's fighting back on the inside. And for Clary Sweeney, Tiger Gallion's going to win the Derby. Tiger Galleon a half length. Second, Troublesome Miss 2 lengths away. Third, Storm Blazer got out late.
At Fairfield a week later, Shepparton filly Twebby Twatter made it 2 classics for the season when she won the New South Wales Trotters Oaks to add to her Victoria Oaks success a month earlier. Once again, Twebby Twatter relegated the Victorian filly Troublesome Miss to second, while local hope Sun Jewel was third after leading until the final stages.
Taken. No real change in the order as they come down with just over a round to go at the 900. And the leader, Sun Jewel, still 2 in front of Twebby Twatter. She's done it pretty tough, the favourite. Now coming out 3 wide as Tin Turn Whiz in the black Duke colours. Moves up around Troublesome Miss. Go forward third last. Next to last was Scotty's Notch. And last of all is Taken. Heading towards the back straight the final time. 650 metres left to go. Sun Jewel's been the pilot throughout so far. Twebby Twatter allowed a little rain now second. Out the back, Scotty's Notch broke up. Tin Turn Whiz strides up 3 wide. Troublesome Miss in a pocket on its inside. Go forward last at the main division and they drop Taken and the galloping Scotty's Notch. towards the quarter pole at the 400, and the leader Sun Jewel 3/4 of a length in front. Twebby Twatter second the outside. Tin Turn Whiz third. Troublesome Miss travelling pretty well but still can't get out from go forward. They near the home turn at the 300, and the leader Sun Jewel's a neck in front. Twebby Twatter's trying to pick it up. They're a length and a half in front of Tin Turn Whiz, and Troublesome Miss still not into the open. Caldo's about to push his way into the clear now. They straighten up at the 180. It's Sun Jewel for New South Wales, a length in front. Twebby Twatter's having a devil of a time trying to pick it up now. Troublesome Miss, Sun Jewel, Twebby Twatter, Troublesome Miss, Twebby Twatter in front. Twebby's won the Oaks. Twebby Twatter a neck on the line. Troublesome Miss and Sun Jewel gave a bold sight. They were followed by
John Orcock, a breeder from Bridgetown in Western Australia, had been breeding horses for 30 years. But until last season, the rewards had not been all that great. All that changed, however, with the emergence of a striking 2-year-old brown colt by Resonator by the name of Disco Force, which blitzed a top-class field of juveniles to win the $85,000 Pearl final at Gloucester Park on June 16. The colt's 6th win from as many starts, it took his stake earnings to more than $88,000, a tremendous result considering the service fee to Resonator cost only $1,200.
As Kersley found the pegs with Tenfold. It leads a length on Big Disco Force. He's left up on the outside without cover, but I reckon Harper would have said thanks very much for that. It's better than being 3 deep throughout. On the rails, third is Madison Avenue, and a length away in the 1 out, 1 back trail is the very dangerous Online Brute. 3 back the pegs, now back in a jiffy. She's in an awkward spot. The Big Chestnut, Son of Hilarion on her outside, and then Sounds Terrific covering Specs and Specs 2 lengths away. Don't say a word but. Miracle Mitch is last. That quarter 30.6 the half in 59.3 in the Pearl. At the 650, Tenfold is the leader. A half length away is Disco Force, and he's popped the question, and look at him go. Disco Force sweeping to the lead by the palms. Moving to second is Online Brute. Tenfold's gone. Son of Hilarion's running on from Madison Avenue. Back in a jiffy, works into the clear now. They went down the back in 30 seconds neat. It's Disco Force clear. He's a length and a half. Online Brute, Son of Hilarion. Madison Avenue is trying hard, then back in a jiffy. Coming to the home turn, Harper still sitting quietly on Disco Force. He'll turn a length clear. Online Brute down the outside with Son of Hilarion. But Disco Force, well, how good is this horse? He's a mile in front. He's devastating. This is the start of very big things. Disco Force wins the Pearl effortlessly. Second, Online Brute. Back in a jiffy, got up for third ahead of Son of Hilarion. Then Don't Say a Word.
Tupelo Rose continued her rampage through the Oaks Classics in Australia and New Zealand when she added the $50,000 Queensland Oaks to her tally at Albion Park on June 24. With Ted Demler in charge of the reins, Tupelo Rose simply toyed with her rivals, cruising to a 12-metre victory, rating 159.2 for the 2,138-metre trip. After an easy time in front for the first half of the race, Demler lowered the handlebars for the last half mile, scooting home in 56 seconds to beat Dancing on Moonlight and West Australian filly Black and Blue.
It's Tupelo Rose in front. Lindrell is second. Dancing on Moonlight has the task of taking All Eyes on Me up towards this leader. Black and Blue is over on the inside. Then came Grecian Dream and Left a Dream. No moves as yet. And Tupelo Rose is in front of the 800 metres. She's attempting to lead all of the way, and she went through the second section in 31.2, covering the half in 63.8. There are no excuses for her. And now Teddy Demler slips her a tad more rain. The pace quickens. She leads from Lindrell second. Dancing on Moonlight is third. She's had a fairly hard run. Behind the leader came Black and Blue, and then came All Eyes on Me, who's still 5 lengths from this leader, who's really in cruise mode at the moment. And then came Left a Dream, and last of all was Grecian Dream. Tupelo Rose in front. 400 metres left to go. Pacing off the back straight in 28.6. She leads the way from Dancing on Moonlight and Lindrell. All Eyes on Me called upon, but this leader moved away coming to the home corner. Demler said, "Let's go, girl. Let's look for our third Oaks." Tupelo Rose comes around the corner, the leader from Dancing on Moonlight. All Eyes on Me, Black and Blue. But Tupelo Rose is clear of her rivals. She's home. It's her third Oaks. She's the best filly. Tupelo Rose is first. Dancing on Moonlight is second. Third home is Black and Blue.
Boom West Australian 2-year-old Disco Force took out his second feature race in a fortnight, when he completely outclassed his rivals in the $50,000 Golden Slipper Stakes at Gloucester Park on June 30. Unbeaten in 7 starts and winner of the Pearl at his previous start, Disco Force had the 1-1 trail soon after the start and put the issue beyond doubt with a scintillating burst of speed from the 500-metre mark. Disco Force, trained by Ray Jones and driven by Lindsay Harper, posted an Australian age record mile rate of 158.8, a half a second faster than the previous mark, in stretching his stake earnings to more than $121,000.
Watchman, first quarter of the last mile in 31.1. They turn into the straight for the bell in the Golden Slipper. And Lombo Matterhorn says, catch me if you can. He's nearly 2 lengths on Shadowmaker, a length away. Boston Stranglers worked very hard. Son of Hilarion the rail. And then Big Disco, he casts an intimidating frame over them. He's in the 1-1 trail and getting carted forward now by Boston Strangler. That quarter 30.2. The half in 61.3 on the inside, Son of Hilarion. A length and a half online Brute, then General Cam, Mossdale Mike, and here comes Disco. Down by the palms at the 450, Disco Force unleashing a breathtaking burst of speed. And at the 400, they went down the back in 29.4. But there's that snap speed, that instant acceleration. And he is dancing to a different tune, Disco, and he exploded away. Coming by the 200, he put 3 lengths on Lombo Matterhorn. Online Brute around the outside from Shadowmaker and then Boston Strangler. But Disco Force, if the shoe fits, wear it. And the slipper certainly fits this fellow. And so does the tag of WA's juvenile champion. Disco Force won the Golden Slipper by 6 lengths. Lombo Matterhorn second, third in Shadowmaker.